So guys, great video here for you. Really looking forward to sharing this one with you. And it's going to be, for many of you out there, perhaps one of the most important videos that you've ever seen when we look at the way the hands and the wrist move to get shaft lean, to get compression, to get the path right, really to get the speed happening at, and stop flipping. You know, we've got millions of people around the world flipping it and looking very similar in and around impact. Now, we've got hundreds of thousands, actually millions of people now starting to film their swings with their mobile phones, but not really understanding perhaps the swing as much as they think that they do, or perhaps noticing at impact that you are flipping it and you're not getting that 12 degrees of shaft lean, the PGA Tour average, to be able to press out those shots more effectively and have better mistakes, smaller mistakes, narrower mistakes. Very important to notice. This video will be a bit of an eye-opener for you. Later on in the video, we're going to be looking at some of the tour players, different angles, slow motion clips, and I'll show you in this video how to practice it a little bit. We've got a lot of information like this on World Class Golf Instruction. Now guys, there's going to be a really good drill here. We're going to be looking at showing you an exercise later in this video. It's going to get everybody understanding a little bit more the correct move coming down and into impact, and getting our hands in the correct position and getting that shaft lead that we need, getting perhaps a compression line, and then on the other side we're going to be really moving this lead wrist back into extension to snap. You've got to be able to get that snap at the bottom. You've got to be able to match it up on the other side, right? So we're seeing most people coming down, losing angles, you know, sort of scratching along the ground here, flipping it and getting a bit of a look like this. Some of the better players, maybe in a handicap 10 and stuff, it starts to look handicap 9, okay. But even right down into your low handicaps 5 and 6, we're still seeing a lot of this sort of flipping and this motion through the ball. Now, when we look at what the hands and the wrists do, you're going to be seeing them moving through the swing in different positions, right? The hands will move from an extended or a cup position into flat positions, and then coming down they'll start to almost bow or flatten a little bit more into impact, and then move back up and into extension or cupping through the golf ball. Right, now if you're hitting a draw, you'll be looking at sort of getting that club head perhaps to roll over just a little bit as we're hitting it more from the inside, so you'll see that a lot of the time. But for the advanced players, when you're sort of getting in there and you want to sort of hold shots up and not hit them left, we're sort of releasing it a little bit more underneath. Okay, we're not flipping it. All right, we're getting that shaft lean that we need, but we're snapping it back on the other side, and we're getting these hands to move more effectively down and into impact, shaft lean, and get it back up. Now this drill, this exercise, when we look at players with excessive lag angles, it makes sense. When we're looking at that type of golf swing, we're looking at Fred Couples, Vijay Singh, Phil Mickelson, people with lots of lag. I myself in my swing have lots of angle and lag coming down. So when you know about it and how it feels, it makes sense then to share that information, you know, with you, and getting you some slow motion clips later on in the video. Now this drill that we're after, what we'll be looking at through the ball, is really getting this right hand to move back in this direction here. So we're getting some left wrist, massive amounts of left wrist extension cup, but at impact we don't have it. At impact we have this shaft lean, the left wrist is flat, almost into flexion, and on the other side we snap it back up and get these hands and wrists to move in extension, this lead wrist. I'll just hit a little shot here and you'll probably see the lag on it. Okay, you can see now when I hit that really good, when we turn around this side, that shaft, or that grip I should say, is moved into extension. All right, by practicing getting yourself in this position here through the ball, moving into impact, getting your shaft lean, checking that the face is square, and then up on the other side, you're moving this lead wrist back into extension. Now for a draw, you'll be releasing it a little bit more to the right. We're hitting that probably on TrackMan about 4 degrees from the inside. The face is actually a couple of degrees open, tilts on its axis and moves back to the target. But by getting your hands and wrists to really move in extension through the golf ball, we can really start to get some wonderful contact on the ball at impact. Let's have a look now as we look at this lead wrist extension and at some great players in slow motion. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Check out worldclassgolf.com. We have over 1,000 videos on this platform and really helping so many golfers. So guys, right, have a look at this. This is going to blow you away. Have a look, and nobody's got as much lag as couples. Look at this lead wrist here. Move back into extension. Now, coming up, I'm going to show you club golfers, club players at different levels. I'm going to watch there, as the lower the handicap gets, the better the release. Very interesting because, I mean, really we're all trying just to improve, isn't it? Getting our hands on the correct information. Shaft lean, we know it's around 12 degrees on average. Some players getting more at impact with the iron shots. So 2 averages 12 degrees of shaft lean. We see here Adam Scott with a little bit more than that. We see around 16 degrees of shaft lean, 90 being 0. So this is an important part to notice that we're not flipping the club when we're working with this material or this information. McElroy there with 14 degrees of shaft lean. Right, let's get further into the video. Have a look at the wrist position here of Adam Scott. Look at this release pattern. See that the wrists are actually touching each other. Now, if you're on the couch, right, and you're standing up and you get yourself into a position like that after the video, and just swing back into your backswing and back through and into the follow through, and even just close your eyes. Right, you're just doing it slowly, just trying to develop a sensation. You see how the hands actually, it's sort of curved here. Right, look at that lead wrist back into extension. Right, look at Couples' hand here. I'll just show you from a different angle there, because I mean this is a great way to get your release, and you can release it underneath a little bit. And so if we're trying to hit a bit of a neutral shot, see the face there. I'll show you a draw release in a second. But look at the creases of the wrist here. Right, you see that there? If you just get your left hand just for a second, right, just bend it back into that sort of position. You sort of feel where the hand is. It's quite amazing because really in a way these players are very skilled and we can't perhaps release it like them exactly, but you can improve it, right? You can get 10%, 20%, 30% better and reach your potential. You know, you only live once. You want to work on the right things, don't you? Now that's a very interesting look, and when you have a sort of a look here, perhaps it's, I'll just share this one with you. How's BJ Singh? The hand doesn't even stay on the golf club, but looking at a draw, right, and nobody probably draws it better than this guy with the bomb down 320 yards or whatever. You sort of see the club with the roll over. This is sort of, you'll get close to around a 45-degree angle here. Right, that's what we're showing a lot on the worldclassgolf.com. And you'll sort of see the right hand, it's a little bit different. It's not sort of pointed back. See Adam's hand, if he opened up the palm and sort of point back. And if Rory sort of opened up his palm, there the palm would point away. Right, so there's a couple of little feels for I mean, this is what the advanced plays. If you're looking at, great instruction, this is for all golfers, isn't it? If you're releasing it in that fashion there, or you're releasing it in the other fashion here, you're hitting two different types of shots.
World Class Golf Instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied to helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of World Class Golf Instruction.
Now, looking at so many players that have been releasing it, Hunter Mahan, what a ball striker this guy was, and actually got a bit muddled up over the years. Tiger Woods through impact here, evidence-based material. People, what we're showing you on worldclassgolf.com, and they've been doing it for years. Have a look at the wrist angle here of Arnold Palmer. So to be able to match that angle up, you've got to snap it back on the other side, and you can see this hand and wrist moving in this position. And people, when you're working with evidence-based material, what we're doing, I use a lot of sensors and things like that. So when you're getting in there, you can have a look at where the wrists move. The wrist will move into different positions throughout the swing. The minus being into a more flexed position, and when we're moving back into extension after impact, you can see this wrist at, I think this is Ricky Fowler at -4. That's just in a slight flex position, but as it then moves through the shot, see it's moving back into extension now at 40 degrees. Right, so working with facts, that's important because otherwise, we just go around in circles. Guys, let's have a look at a couple of the club players, and we'll see them at higher levels. Up into a 30 handicap level, we'll see that the hands aren't really releasing. Now, when you're looking at a release pattern, I mean, the hands are going to release. Now, have a look at Adam Scott. They're going to release, but that actual look, it's a look that sort of fools people in a way. Because in actual fact,
from the other side, it looks like that, which the lead wrist is moving back up into a cupped, extended position. Right, now Fred Couples also, I mean, he's doing it just magnificently. How many players do we see in this position here where we actually see the hand, just a second, have a look at this. You'll see actually the hands move through. You've seen it with Nicholas, you've seen it just about every position. You just see these fingers of the hand, we've seen them rolling over. You see the right leg and the right foot, you know, moving through the ball by just standing in that position. It's very interesting. When we're looking at muscle memory or static muscle memory or positions, just standing positions. Now let's have a look as the handicaps slightly improve. As we're heading into around the 10-12 handicap, we can see it starts to get a little bit better. We're moving into the 9 handicap, and we start getting down into the 4-3 sort of handicap area. And then of course you're moving into the tour professionals where it starts to look, but just by developing your hands and your wrists and working on your swing technique, guys. World Class Golf Instruction, we've got 1,000 videos. We've had so many people join recently. It's helping so many people. The swing style also deep to shallow, which is helping a lot of players. There's so many advanced videos on that platform. The advanced pitching series, also for online lessons if you're interested, CraigHansonGolf.com. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and work with facts, get on the right track, and we can all get in there and play our best golf. If you like the video, like it. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching.